What's going on, everybody? My name is Lula, and we're back. Week 10 eggs, NFL. I just want to start off the video by saying this. It's low key been a rough season. Like, this shit's been rough as fuck. I don't know how many of my eggs have come down to like the last possession or two. Teams doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. I'm looking at you, Miami. I'm looking at you, Cincinnati. I'm looking at you, Indianapolis. But it's a new week. We're gonna try to do better. I can't even say it with the same confidence because the eggs are nothing like last year. Last year, blazing hot start. This year, it's just like 2-3 or 3-2 every week. Like this is getting unacceptable. So hopefully these 5 picks today get us going. Oh yeah, big shout out back here, back in the wall. I just want to shout out Alabama. See that team right there, Elephant. Or yep, right there. They beat the dog shit out of LSU last night. Fucking hilarious. Fucking fraudulent ass team. Terrible. Brian Kelly needs to go now. Let's get things going in Louisiana. All right, so the first egg, I'm going with Minnesota -7 at Jacksonville, purely for the fact that Trevor Lawrence is not playing. I do not believe in Mac Jones, and I know that the Vikings start out hot. They've done this in various games against the Texans, the Niners, the Packers. Shit, I mean, they just start out hot. Even against the Lions. I think they had a lead in the first quarter or so. I don't think Jacksonville's going to be able to move the ball really against Brian Flores in this defense. I think Mac Jones is going to suffer. Jacksonville's obviously a bad team, so I'm going to take Minnesota -7. I think it's a good pick. I think they should win maybe by double digits. And the home crowd too in Jacksonville is completely shitty. It's always dead over there, dead as fuck. Next, listen, This is my least favorite one. Throwing it out there, I'm gonna do Washington -2 at home. Better quarterback. I know that's like the only reasons I have. I think Jaden Daniels is going to be able to move the ball decently against Pittsburgh. And I also think the Commanders' defense has improved in some aspects over the last 3 or 4 weeks. Russell Wilson and Pickens' connection is really good. But, all the other games I'm not liking as much. But I do think the Commanders can get it done. You would take that on a money line, obviously. Next, I'm taking San Francisco -6.5. I think this is a really good bet off a bye. Christian McCaffrey's coming back. Buccaneers, a little bit more of a short week. Tough game against the Chiefs. The Niners know they had to get their season right. They're 4-4, so they got to go on a run here. They got to get to 7-4, 8-4, maybe 8-5, something like that. They need to start winning games because they know they can win the division. They're half a game behind Arizona. I just think San Francisco is going to win the division. I know Shanahan is the best coach in the division, and I think he's going to take his very talented roster in November and December. He's going to win a bunch of games. He's going to win the division. It's going to be same old San Francisco. I really believe that. All right, next I got Jets -1.5 at Arizona. I like this game because I feel like there's got to be stories and there's got to be a narrative, okay? And this is not me saying the NFL is rigged, but the Jets are they're going to have a close, almost playoff finish. I'm telling y'all right now, that's how it's going to go. They're going to be in contention with that 8, 9, 7 seed because if you look at the AFC standings, actually, obviously you have the division leaders right now, which is Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Houston, and Kansas City. Then when you look at the wild cards, you have Ravens, who are going to be a playoff team or win the division. So that's 5. And then you have the Chargers at 6. Harbaugh's doing a really good job out there. And then when you look at 7, 8, 9, it's Colts, Jets, Bengals. I might be forgetting a team. Oh, yeah, the Broncos. But the Broncos have a tough schedule coming up. We'll get to them later. But what I'm trying to say is the Jets are going to be in the playoff hunt going into December. I think they're going to start winning these games. Arizona does not get a lot of pressure on the quarterback. I think the Jets defense with Hassan Reddick has looked better, and they gave Houston a lot of issues. That's another thing. They played Houston last Thursday. That's a 10-day rest. Aaron Rodgers is going to be fresh. Team's going to be fresh. Devontae Adams, Garrett Wilson both looked really good against Houston. So I think this is a Jets victory. Obviously, Kyler's quickness always raises concerns, but I feel pretty strongly about Jets at this spot. And then the last egg, Monday Night Football, Miami at Rams at Los Angeles, I should say. Look, all you need to know is the Dolphins are soft, and they do cannot get pressure for the life of them. This defense does not get any pressure, and I'm not even. They probably can't stop the run. I don't know the exact statistics where they rank on run defense, but I can just tell from watching them that it cannot be too high. So you're gonna have a guy like Kyron Williams, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nakua, and Cup. If Nakua, yeah, he got ejected last game, so he's gonna be good to go this game. I just don't see any way that the Dolphins are going to slow down this team, especially prime time in SoFi. There's not going to be a lot of Dolphins fans in SoFi. Usually SoFi is a bit of a concern because, the opposing team's fans all up in there, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of Dolphins fans there, so that's another good reason. They're going to move the ball. They're going to go up and down on this team. And I think the Rams pass rush has been getting better. I have to say, Jared Verse is probably the best rookie edge rusher as it stands. He looks so good. Last week in Seattle, he was playing amazing. Um, so yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of an issue for Miami. So I'm going to take the Rams here, -2 or -1.5, wherever it's at. So quick recap, guys. We got Minnesota -7. We got San Fran -6.5. We got Commanders -2. We have Jets 1.5, and we have Rams at 2. Yes, I know it's all favorites. Yes, I know it's chalky, but just none of the underdogs. I mean, maybe Houston caught my eye a little bit, but none of the underdogs really did it for me this week. Like, I'm not fucking with none of them for real.